G'day guys, welcome back to Dune Awakening. Hope you guys are doing well, and as you can see, I am not actually coming to you from Hako Village or Helios Gate or anything like that, as I did mention in the previous episode, and instead I'm actually in the Eastern Shield Wall area because, well, I figure there's probably additional things that we can do before we go back to Helios Gate specifically, but my objectives here are actually threefold. Obviously, because we are still thopterless, we are looking for the materials to build one, and I did just notice while, just doing a whole bunch of stuff between episodes that we might actually be able to find industrial pumps in this area, quite specifically around this mountain somewhere. So I'm keen on visiting that area, but also we may as well continue with the Atreides quest line to investigate the sandflies in this area. We are very close by, so I just need to drive a little bit more up that way, I assume. So yeah, let's get the quest rolling, and let's see if we can do this investigation. I do want to just tag this so we can make sure to keep it on our map or our wayfinder there. And yeah, I do have the buggy with me, and quite specifically, that is to gather more aluminium ores. I've got quite a bit already, but every little bit helps, as they say. And that's because, well, I have been using some of the aluminium little by little to make filters and whatnot, so kind of need more. But yeah, I won't bore you guys too much with stopping every now and then to pick up aluminium all the time, but okay, where is this place? It says that it might be below us? That is very strange. Okay, so maybe this place is hollow. There must be an entrance somewhere else. I'm gonna have to look around a little bit to see if there's like an opening somewhere. Someone's got a very impressive looking home right there. Perhaps maybe there's a cave entrance from one side. That's a bit of a drop, isn't it? Probably not what we want. Yeah, I was fully expecting it to be as simple as just, rocking up to this place and, perhaps maybe encountering some kind of a base, but that doesn't seem to be the case. I'll go around the other way, because it doesn't seem to be a pathway through there. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what kind of materials this guy is using to build the base, but it does look quite impressive, doesn't it? I know this is, some of the chome pieces, but the upgraded ones, or the better ones, which I'm yet to use. Yeah, it does say it's further below us, but how do we even get there, though? There must be a cave somewhere. Ooh, hang on. What do we have here? This doesn't look player built. Yeah, this is it. Okay, there we go. I do want to collect blood. Still making heaps and heaps of water. But yeah, I think I should be able to keep the buggy out there. Should be okay. Grab just a little bit of ammo. I probably don't need like heaps and heaps. I've got almost 1,000 of it, and I think I probably still have quite a bit more at home as well. Right, what will we find in here? So what we're trying to get to is actually the testing station, right? So we'll be able to find a whole bunch of servox and all that sort of stuff as well. We'll try to go through the entire testing station. I'm not entirely sure exactly what we need to do once we arrive at the station. Search the training camp for evidence. Evidence of what? Evidence of Skorda, I guess, or some kind of a lead to Skorda. It's oddly a little bit quiet. Oh, okay, we do have a few people out there. Did he just explode himself? Okay, we're probably looking for a band. Somewhere. Might be through there. But, let's maybe check this area first before we even proceed. Yeah, they did say that this is a training camp, right? A lot of mannequins. I assume these guys are just doing target practice and all that sort of stuff. Big group. Let's get one in there. Okay. Yeah, I'm quite surprised that this guy tried to burn us from such a far away position. Okay. Is there stuff down below? I feel like there could be a chest or something hidden away within the foliage. Or maybe not. Yeah, the suspensor belt is definitely a game changer, guys. So there's another thing that I want to do a little bit later in this episode, hopefully, which will make use of the suspensor belt quite a bit. The only issue I do have with it is its durability, and it does actually run out quite a bit, or quite quickly. So we need to keep that in mind. We might need to make another suspensor belt soon, considering how quickly the durability runs out. Okay, well, I suppose there's nothing much going on in here. Let's check out some of the other locked doors. Oh, hang on. There's this. We'll just fill the litter, John. Speaking of suspensor belts, here's another. This is a full suspensor belt. I can't remember what ours is. Yeah, it is a full suspensor belt as well. Let's just keep it for the time being. You never know. It could come in useful in case the other one breaks. But I doubt it'll come to that. Okay, so through here.
Marwin, I'm glad to hear you have the field site in operation. We'll soon be sending new recruits to you as part of their field training. These are good Dune men who know how to work. Get them started with assembling ammunition and small arms. The men love nothing better than crafting their own gear. Well done, Marwin. You are a credit to the Sandflies movement.
Alright. And I guess the evidence that we're looking for is just right here. Very nice. Okay. Cool. So with that done, we should be able to go back to Helios Gate and not only report to this Andrea, but we should also speak to the Bene Gesserit because we've got all of the texts that she was looking for as well. So 2 birds with 1 stone. And then, yeah, we can probably go to Hako Village as well, speak to our trooper trainer about her quest line and take everything from there, really. So I'll actually see you guys when we get to Helios Gate, I reckon. Okay, time to look for Andrea. Shouldn't be too difficult to try and find her, hopefully. I know there's another objective that we need to complete in this area. So, but anyway, let's have a chat with Andrea first and see where that takes us. Was it up this way? Possibly. Yeah, this place is so confusing. No, both are below us, apparently. Maybe just here. Yeah. Sorry. This is the person I need to speak to. Is it? Oh, well, the Bene Gesserit is just over here. We may as well get this over and done with.
Again, you brighten my immediate vicinity.
I've completed the task you've given me and found both fragments.
The prophecies of the Missionaria Protectiva. Let me see. You honor me with these vital relics, and so I shall honor our bargain. Listen well and heed my teachings. Your body and mind acclimate to the teachings much too quickly, and yet I sense no deception in you. At least not regarding this. Strange.
Perhaps I've earned some trust. Perhaps you can tell me why you're an Arrakis.
Perhaps you have. I'm in hiding from the Bene Gesserit. I once belonged to the Order, but that relationship was not entirely successful.
What happened?
I narrowly escaped execution.
How did things go so wrong?
I was a devoted pupil. They say I was obsessed with learning about the Missionaria Protectiva, no doubt to discredit me out of fear of what I'd learn. At first, my concerns were dismissed. Then I was warned. I persisted. It escalated until I found myself rifling through a Reverend Mother's papers. I nearly killed the one who found me. While I awaited execution, a cadre of my sisters, those who saw sense in my suspicions, helped me to escape.
What can you tell me about the Missionaria Protectiva?
The Missionaria Protectiva. The black arm of superstition. At first my interests were academic, but by and by I saw disturbing patterns. I saw plans within plans, manipulation stretching over the universe, religious engineering, the planting of superstitions into primitive cultures. Seeds of manipulation that take generations to germinate. To what end? I fear some hidden force perverts the purpose of the sisterhood to some dread end.
It almost sounds very similar to the events in The Foundation, another great sci-fi novel series, which I have read several books on. I think you're onto something.
Then there is still hope that the truth will out.
Can you teach me anything else?
I can help you no more.
Do you know who can help me?
Seek out Jocasta Cleo. She was higher up in the Order, in line to be a Reverend Mother. Last I heard, she's in Harco Village. Like me, she's in exile.
I see. Alright, well, thank you for your help.
A minor courtesy, but you are welcome.
And I suppose that's another thing that we should do when we're in Harco Village, provided we can actually find the right person. Will we get a quest to actually speak to the next trainer? I think we might be able to just simply do that, right? Let me see here. Mentat Basics. Do we have anything that says Harco Village on here? Maybe not. We'll have to hopefully just keep a lookout and hopefully find that trainer. But anyway, we do need to speak to Andrea.
I did not calculate seeing you today.
Was Anton right? Did you let Commander Kloros die?
That question presupposes we had the power to save Commander Kloros. We did not. The crew of the Catheria suffered a mysterious malady of unknown scope and origin. We had to observe.
You treated a faithful defender of House Atreides like a lab rat?
You speak from a place that values emotion over knowledge. I can understand to a certain extent. Allow me to correct you. Is the ailment a disease? A poison? Is it contagious? How quickly can it spread and by what vectors? Was it caused by an accident or maleficence? These were all unknown quantities. We had to know more before we could act. At our level of responsibility, we deal with more than what is immediately in front of us. There is a larger picture at play. By attempting to save Captain Kloros, we might doom whole populations to a plague. By failing to carefully observe the malady, we might fail to learn how to stop it. Resist the knee-jerk pull of high emotion. Think. Consider.
What have you discovered regarding those mysterious deaths so far?
Multiple deaths spread across Arrakeen. Not yet an epidemic, but the symptoms are morbid, and a connection between victims is difficult to establish. Tensions are high, particularly with the possibility that we have experienced the test run of some class of bioweapon.
And what do you plan to do about it?
I am tasked with discovering the nature of the ailment, identifying the malefactor, if malefactor there be, and to aid in developing a defense. I calculate you will be useful in these pursuits.
Here's my report on the sandflies. We're looking for a carryall pilot named Trip Yates.
Interesting. I see. A pilot hired to remove an unspecified container from the shipwreck. Excellent work.
How do we go about finding this Trip person?
I believe I have triangulated the most probable location.
Already?
I'd already generated a list of persons of interest and had tabs put on them. Trip Yates was on that list.
Am I on any of your lists?
Several. However, that is not relevant to the task at hand.
So what do you need from me at this point?
I require you to locate Trip Yates and extract information from him. I leave the method of extraction to your discretion.
Consider it done.
Logic and even prescience are not absolutes. I will mark your task done upon your return. Details are in the contract.
It's all business with her. Alright, cool. Anything I can do here? Doesn't look like it. So we need to find this Trip Yates. I'm not entirely sure which location that might be. And there's this quest line here, Seek Intent. Apparently it's below us somewhere. I'm just not entirely sure how to get there. So is it this guy? Or is it another room right behind it? Here. Ah, yes. Journal entry. I have served House Atreides for all my adult life, as did my father before me and his father before him. The day I was appointed colonel of the 366th line was the proudest day of my life. And what have I accomplished since then? I have led my men to their deaths. I have cost my duke unimaginable expenses in equipment and ammunition. The 366th is being reconstituted for the third time now. Of the people who came with me to Arrakis, only a small handful now remain. Of the people who replaced them, even fewer still alive. I will not be part of yet another slaughter. They deserve someone new to lead them. My fight is done. There you go. Alright, at least we've completed that. I'm not entirely sure if we need to take that knowledge somewhere, but let me refocus our efforts here. So we do need to try and find this Trip Yates. I'm not 100% sure where. Oh, hang on. Why are we still getting a marker here? I'm supposed to search his room. Oh, here. Alright. The stack of books. Alright, that's completed now. Right. Trip Yates. I think I see something off over here, is it? Yeah. Okay. He's in this Mesa Tarot area, which at the moment, I'm not entirely sure if it's accessible to us, although it does border the Vermilius Gap. I wonder if perhaps maybe we can just simply cross into the Mesa Tarot from there, or perhaps maybe we could follow this path up here where there are, you know, larger rock formations, just to avoid any worm attacks. Maybe, but I guess that's not really my objective right now. As I said, we are looking for those fuel pumps, or sorry, not fuel pumps, industrial pumps. So I am going to see if I can make my way into that direction and to see if we can find those pumps and perhaps maybe other stuff that might be in the area as well. So I'll actually see you guys when we get a little bit closer to that mountain, and then we'll explore together. Right, so I see a lot of lights in front of us, guys. I think that's our destination. I think it's called Sentinel City. With any luck, we'll easily find those industrial pumps. And yeah, I'm not entirely sure what else to expect there. Maybe a bit of a fight, obviously. But, yeah, I don't mind a little bit of fighting here and there. Probably going to be a bit tough though, but I'm sure we'll scrape through, considering we've already made ourselves, or made it all the way to Otterham, or the Otterham.
I see someone. Refuse yourself. Where's my reinforcement?
Okay, I did not realize that there were people up that way. All good. It's 2 down.
Shields up. Damn, empty.
Sector weather alert. A large sandstorm is approaching.
Okay, sandstorm. That could be problematic. 2 minutes before it arrives.
Incoming. I'm out.
Oh no. Okay. This is, I think, a little bit of a setback. Okay, guys. I'll probably see you guys when I get back there. I probably need to wait out a bit of a sandstorm as well. Okay, guys. We are back. Let's try and be a little bit more careful this time.
Who goes there?
Let's not forget to collect all of our stuff.
Yeah.
We actually have a decent amount of Solaris there. There it is. Alright, good. Okay, so... Ooh, I was just gonna say, we're looking for these industrial pumps. So there's one. Hopefully these guys have quite a few more, because I'm sure we need a hell of a lot for a whole bunch of different things.
Who's that?
That's a little bit close for comfort.
Shields up.
nice. Okay. Onwards. Don't know how big this base is, but... we'll try and explore the entire area, if possible. Bit more going on over that side. Bit choppy there. I think there might be some intel hidden away somewhere here as well, so probably do want to try and keep an eye out on that, or for that rather. Oh, where is this taking us? All the way up the mountain? Potentially. If that's the case, I may as well check out whatever's here first. Oh god, yeah, this place is massive. Okay, I'm not entirely sure what that was, but I did not like it one bit. Oh, sniper. Actually, not a sniper. I wonder if perhaps maybe we might find any other enemy archetypes, because it's always just the standard 3 archetypes that we've seen so far, like melee, fighters, well actually it's 4, right? Melee, assault, sniper, and heavy. I do hope that we'll encounter different types of enemies. Or perhaps maybe they might add different types of enemies in the future. More stuff that away. More folks down there. Locked room. I do see the key over here. Grab that. Alright, the mother load. I like it. Sandbike treads, Mark 4. Might leave that. Yeah, I am just keeping an eye out on ornithopter parts. As at this stage, I'm sort of regretting removing any of the ornithopter parts that I've previously found.
need to recruit some medical people into the movement. A real physician would be nice, but any sort of chemist or medic would be a start. We've had several folks taken ill, and there's not a lot we can do for them out here. The whole crew that flew off with Yates on that salvage recovery job have come down sick. Some of them are in a real bad way. People are blaming that
it's
bad
not quite over
spice
just
that's
yet.
supposed to be going around.
Still quite a
No
few
one
down
wants
here.
to go near them now. Poor souls.
Yeah, just checking for bandages and stuff like that, just in case. Okay, very good. There should be a way here.
State your business. Shields on!
What on earth is this? Ooh, yes. Okay, I'll take all of this spice-related stuff. I guess we're gonna hear a little bit more about this illness that's going around the more we go further and further away, or the more we progress through the game. I'll take all of that, and yeah, I'm not entirely sure how deep this goes. Did I check this? Huge part of the base. Whoops. Did not see all these people.
I see someone.
Identify who's this?
Whoa. Back out of that. Okay, bit stressful. Nothing we can't handle. Is there no way to actually get into this structure, I wonder? Okay, what is going on here? We could claim ownership of certain vehicles I discovered only just recently, and yeah, if we do sort of run out of durability on, say, a sand bike or a buggy, there's always the chance of finding one in the world and just claiming it for yourself. It'd probably be in a state of disrepair though, but still, it's better than not having the vehicle. So I kind of wonder whether or not you could claim an ornithopter from somewhere, because that would be nice. Have we exhausted this entire area? Maybe. Just trying to look for any additional chests or anything like that. I don't think so. I think that's probably it. So I'm gonna head back to where we've kept the buggy, obviously, which is, well, I'm gonna have to go through the base again. Hopefully enemies haven't exactly respawned. There's the pathway that leads up the mountain, which we decided to back away from before, so I'm hoping to be able to just check that out. Yeah, through here. Actually, no. Maybe a little bit further back. Yeah, some of the enemies around there have respawned, so... Okay, let's see where this takes us. I think these guys might just die from the poison, I reckon. Oh, God. Okay, where are we exactly? Right, we're still sort of on top of this segment of the mountain. It didn't go all the way up. I'm not entirely sure if there are any additional chests around here. I don't think so. Okay. I'm gonna circle around to the buggy instead of going through the base once more. We should be able to make it. We just beeline in this direction. And in fact, I should be able to make it easy on myself and take the sand bike out there. Perfect. Okay, well, I'm pretty satisfied with the amount of industrial pumps that we've found. A good 30, that's good. I do want to obviously go back home at this stage, and we are going to try and get ourselves to Hako Village, but before we even do that, I do want to take a look at the Bene Gesserit skills. I'm just mindful of being in the sun here. It's probably about to get dark, but let's take a look at the skills once more. So, Bindu Sprint. I guess this is an ability that we need to use. Compel. Use the voice to force a target to your position from afar. Voice abilities require a short period for you to register your opponent before they can be used. Interesting. And then these passives. The passives are probably what I'm most interested in. You're able to heal your body more effectively after suffering catastrophic injury, regenerating your health to a higher threshold than normal. I'll definitely take that. Trauma recovery. You can use your own body to effectively heal catastrophic damage, improving both the rate at which healing occurs and the amount. I'd have to replace something though. Recuperate stamina reserves more quickly. Dance of Blades. That might be decent, actually, instead of the Still Breath or whatever it was. Sun Tolerance. Self-healing. You're strongly in touch with your own nervous and immune systems and are able to boost any healing that you perform on yourself. That seems pretty decent. We do need to take healing consumables very often. Just increase max health. I do like that. Better blade damage. I like that. Let's work towards that. Manipulate instability. Once enemy is stunned, staggered, or knocked back, you strike in vulnerable nerve endings to cause more damage. Would be good, although... Do we have a lot of stun skills? I suppose using foil does actually stun an enemy. Perhaps maybe in combination with this it could work. Short blade damage. We'll take it. But I guess we can't really go to the second level of a lot of these passives. Voice training. Your rigorous training with the voice allows you to reduce the time between uses. I'm not entirely sure about the entire voice tree. Considering our skill point amount and the fact that we can just simply respec, I will put one in here and I'll put one in here as well. And if we need to reallocate stuff at a later date, then we can do that. But yeah, that's pretty good. I'm very happy that we've finally managed to get that Bene Gesserit training. For now though, I'm gonna make it back home. I'm gonna drop off all of our stuff And I'm probably going to then go to Pinnacle Station. Actually, come to think of it, we're going to pass Pinnacle Station before we even get home. So, I might actually see you guys at Pinnacle Station. We'll go to Hako Village before we even, you know, get back to our home. And at least we can, you know, have a chat with the trainer there, and maybe, just maybe, we might be able to speak to the next Bene Gesserit trainer. So yeah, I'll see you guys when we get there. Right, Hako Village. It feels like it's been a while since we've been here in Hako Village. And, yeah, hopefully I can, you know, kill two birds with one stone here. Another thing that I would like to do, hopefully, is just tuck away some money back at the bank. And I should actually check in on our tax situation, because, yeah, I haven't paid my taxes for a while, in fact.
Welcome back.
So, maybe I need to do Karana Brandy?
That's a special drink. Fresh sick. Was there anything else with that?
Yeah, that's right. The Masquerade nest is eradicated.
Very good then. Tell Dr. Kumari she can expect supplies through the usual channels from now on.
I will. Okay, so get medicine from the Souk Doctor. Let's see. Over this way. If I recall correctly, she might be up over here. Oh, I can't use my my suspensor device. It's very unfortunate. It's alright, I'll be able to just swing around this way. Oh, hang on. It says that she's below us. No, she's right here.
Welcome, stranger. If you come seeking treatment, I have all manner of locally sourced natural remedies for whatever ails you.
Anushka said you should expect supplies to start flowing through the usual channels.
I don't know how many wastelanders you slaughtered to make this happen, but thank you.
Yeah, it was a lot.
Ah, the paradox of civilization. To maintain it, we must act as savages. Here are the stims Kara requires, free of charge.
Wait, you had these all along?
Of course. What kind of doctor would I be without drugs? We are square now. Don't darken my doorway again.
Thanks. Alright, so let's get back to Kara. Yeah, sorry guys, it's been a while between a few of these episodes, and I forget that it was really just a matter of, you know, clearing up the supply chain so that we can get Kara her meds.
You're back.
Yes, so I was running around a little bit, guys, and not realizing that the Kara person that I need to speak to is actually in Arakeen, so I need to fly over there. But I do want to speak to this person about the next batch of training for the Bene Gesserit, so let's see where this is going to take us. I've become acquainted with a voice and how to resist it.
So you have. Perhaps you possess a hidden dimension I failed to recognize.
I told you I was ready.
Your confidence is admirable, if not somewhat naive. Let us see how cocksure you are after you perform a task for me.
What will you have me do?
I have a task for you.
Yeah, and?
I've come to Arrakis in pursuit of research critical to a theory I am trying to prove. A theory I will prove.
What is your theory?
It's far too complex to explain. Suffice it to say, it involves the study of bloodlines, specifically the bloodlines of the early Fremen.
The Fremen are dead. Their holdings sacked and destroyed.
Many have been pillaged and destroyed, but not all.
Tell me what I must do.
The Sisterhood has been studying Fremen culture and genealogy for many thousands of years. That is how I know the Equan Bedouin encoded important ancestral data within their holy writings. I need you to seek out old Fremen religious sites and recover what you can.
Okay, I'll find your holy writings for you. I mean, there's yet another batch of writings that we need to try and find. But that's fine, as long as it gets us the training that we need. So, time to head back to Arakeen. Alright, Kara, finally.
You're back.
Alright, about my mission.
Did you find Kumari? Please say you did. Please. I promise to walk the honorable path for the rest of my days.
Finding Dr. Kumari wasn't the problem. Some issues with the supply line needed ironing out, but they've been handled. Here's your stims.
Let's see. Oh, good work, Trooper. I knew I could count on you. Give them here. Normally I would ask you to leave, but honestly, I just need a fix. Look away if you're squeamish. Oh, there it is. Damn. Dr. Kumari knows how to mix chems. Good work, Trooper. You came through.
Trooper?
That's right. Call it a field promotion. You did what it took to get the mission done. And that's what it is to be a trooper. You get the job done. I still owe you training, but I need some downtime first. Go get yourself drunk or laid, or better yet, drunk and laid. You can find me later.
Cool.
You're back.
Ready to resume training, Sergeant Volk.
Very good, Trooper. You've come a long way.
Sergeant, you ready to tell me why you're not welcome at the Atreides barracks anymore?
It's an embarrassing story, but Gurney Halleck gets his front teeth kicked in, and that's funny as hell. So I'll spill. And before you ask, he had them replaced, so you can't tell. Don't feel bad for Gurney. It was his own damn fault.
What happened?
Gurney and me go way back. We first bonded over our mutual hatred of the Harkonnen. Gurney knew I had a lady beef swelling in my loins for him, so he got a bottle of that rare Lankavale hooch, the kind the monks make.
Do you mean the Geist Sprit? A clear distillation brewed by the Zen Buddhist monks of Bifrost Ire?
Yeah, it kicks like the hind legs of a pissed-off Kulon.
You might have drank the last bottle ever made. The monastery where they make it was destroyed in an avalanche.
Maybe it's for the best.
So you and Gurney were in your... you and Gurney were in your cups?
Yeah. We got kicked out of the Seleucid Bull for fighting. Fade and Aristae's wedding hadn't imploded yet, so they were allowing Harks in the Bull. Of course, that didn't sit right with Gurney and me, and we were lit, so we made our feelings known. The next part's a blank, but the sheriff was called.
Is that where Gurney lost his teeth?
That part's coming up. Don't jump ahead, Trooper. Anyhow, as I said, my memory's hazy, but somehow we ended up back in the barracks. Last thing I remember is being in his bed, and then... nothing. I blacked out entirely. The rest was told to me secondhand.
Now we're getting to the good part.
Apparently, we were having a good time. But at some point, Gurney wanted to give me a foot rub. Oh, sweet, right? A trooper's feet take so much abuse. But what Gurney didn't know was that I had just escaped from a brutal band of slavers. Slavers that had marked and prepared me as a pleasure thrall.
How did you end up as a slave?
That's a whole other saga of pain and betrayal. Ask me some other time.
Alright. Cool. And that's that. Level 3 trooper skills. So let's just have a quick look at that. So, trooper. Yeah, we should be able to just get a whole bunch of stuff, right? Like, I don't know about scattergun damage, underslung agility, gunnersmith, skilled in the repair of weapons and tools, heavy weapon damage, yeah. Let's do more disruptor damage, although we haven't been using it as much. Range damage, suspensor efficiency, I do like that. We'll take all of that. So, I guess there's still another trooper trainer out there that we can speak to get to the final sort of skill here. I'm not entirely sure when we'll actually see one, but... I suppose we should take gunsmith, so maybe... Oh, maybe field maintenance as well. Yeah, let's just take something like that, and we can then just spend our skill points in here. Okay, we're down to 7 skill points, but we'll probably bank up quite a bit more as we progress until we find, you know, the last trooper trainer, or perhaps maybe the last sword trainer. We haven't really found the next planetologist trainer, have we? So it'd be interesting to see if we can try and find this person. Although I don't exactly have any leads. Now before we go back to base, I do want to address our taxes, actually, because I've been ignoring that for the longest time. I am preparing myself for a staggering figure here to have to pay.
You again? What now?
3 invoices. Yeah, I guess let's pay the total. Good. That wasn't too bad, I suppose. It did take a chunk out of our credits, but let me just take a look at how much Solari we have. Okay. 5,000. Well, we've got a lot of Solari banked up in storage at home. I think I have 2 stacks of 50,000 Solari. It might not be a bad idea to come back here and, you know, deposit some of that at the bank. In fact, I am going to deposit, like, the rest of what I have with the bank right now. Just so that we've got some credits to work with.
Welcome. Would you like to how much Stellaris would you like to deposit?
There we go. Alright, cool. And whenever we come back here, or if I come back here, you know, between episodes, then I'll definitely be dropping heaps of money into the bank. Right, gonna see you guys when we get back home. Right, folks, we are back home, and I think to wrap up the episode, we might just do a little bit of crafting here and there, and I'll also just show you just a few changes that we've made with the base. The first thing is I decided to get one more wind trap just out here, and yeah, we're regularly producing the, I think it's like lubricant or whatever that we need for it, so hopefully this place will not really have any issues with power, but the second change that I've made with the base is just to add a couple of the aluminium storage containers, which I guess is where quite a bit of my aluminium spending went. But I've got heaps and heaps of stuff in here, and yeah, these things can take quite a lot, so I'm very happy about having these in place. Now, before we end, I do want to also just make myself a new weapon, and I haven't exactly been using the disruptor, and I've just been relying on sniping enemies from afar, or, you know, even at close range for that matter, and just using our blade. But I do kind of want to replace our Legion Tanto. This thing only does 9 damage per shot, so I think it's probably a good time for us to upgrade to something better. The rate of fire is very, very high, but even so, yeah, not a lot of damage output. So just looking at what we have available, so we've got this Artisan Disruptor Pistol, which is a unique one, so we may as well make this. We have everything we need for it, so let's go ahead and do that. And I'm just sort of looking at whether or not we need anything else. I could perhaps go with a different type of rifle if I really wanted to do that. But we're currently using the House Jabal Split Dart, and I think that's probably going to give us the most damage output, right? So let's just take a look at that. 89 per shot. Yeah, so I think we should actually just stick with that. We could swap out to, like, you know, short daggers if we wanted to, but I reckon maybe we just leave that alone, to be honest. Let's grab our new weapon and let's slot that in. I don't actually have the ammo for it, so I should actually go ahead and grab some, because I don't really want to be out there relying on it and then suddenly running out. And I do want to just recycle the tattoo, which we're not using anymore. Got plenty of the ammo, so that should be sitting right here. Let me just... should I split it? Maybe I'll just take a whole bunch. Cool. Excellent. And I suppose at this stage we just need to start planning on what we want to do next. So I was hoping to fit this in this episode, but it did take us a while to find all of those pumps, right? So while I was doing my thing between episodes, I came across the location of the 4th trial, which is actually within the sort of the hammer itself here, or the anvil, if you will, of the Vermilius Gap. So, anvil? Sorry, the hammer, rather. So, yeah, we should try and go there in the next episode and see if we can do the 4th trial. And then, obviously, we're going to be looking for the 5th trial afterwards. But I suppose maybe we don't have to immediately do the 5th trial. We can try to make our way out this way to the Misitaral, and as I mentioned before, perhaps maybe there's a way there from the Vermilius Gap, and we don't actually have to rely on going to the Odaham first before being allowed to, I guess, get there. And yeah, who knows what kind of materials we'll be able to find there. I mean, there's, according to this, to Misitaral, or this location called Misitaral, there's diamond or diamondine dust, carbide scraps, and more leathers and tubing. So it sounds like a good idea to try and get there, because that's all of the stuff that we'll need for the Ornithopter, right? So, but anyway, speaking of crafting materials and the pumps that we've managed to find, that should allow us now to craft some items that we've been wanting to craft, such as the Industrial Dew Scythe. So we could essentially get this created. Where do we make this from? The Survival Fabricator. So I've already researched it. We just need a little bit of water and a whole bunch of other materials. And aside from that, we could also get this, the Mark IV blood extractor. This thing looks kind of intimidating, but yeah, I think it's about time because our blood extractor is about to break, I would say, so it's probably a decent time to replace these things. Let's see if we can make them. So yeah, let's just craft one, and then we'll craft one of these as well. Yeah, so that should mean we're able to just simply get rid of some of this stuff that we don't need anymore, like even the Dew Reaper Mark II. Even though, like, that Dew Reaper has been really, really good for us. But yeah, I mean, it's time to say goodbye. Time to upgrade to better equipment. Okay, let's equip these things. And I'm guessing they're going to need quite a bit of power, but I mean, we already have the Mark IV power pack. I'm not entirely sure if we already have access to the, you know, Mark V, or even if there is a Mark V for that matter. But yeah, this should increase our water production even more, so it should be a lot easier for us to get the water that we need. Right. I feel like this has been a very, very productive episode, if I may say so. Very happy with where we are, except for the fact that we're still Thopterless, so I'm hoping that that might be resolved maybe in the next episode, or maybe the episode after. But anyway, guys, I hope you've enjoyed this one. Drop me a like down below if you have. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new. Stay true, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.